Should have cleaned it first. Goddamn.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Spilling the High Tea.
Season 2.
Season 2. Yeah,
Episode
we're finally back, and we have a very special guest today. The one, the only, Sativa the Diva.
Oh, hey, how we doing? How's everyone going?
Welcome back.
Thank you. I guess it's kind of like a welcome back, right?
Yeah. Well, welcome
Yeah.
back.
A little
Everything.
second time on the podcast, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First
Benefit to
time, right?
having an alter ego.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
no, it's nice to have you. Well, we're going to get started with some joints, I think.
Yes, we can't start off
absolutely.
anything without
No,
a joint.
Of course.
So we're going to try the Riff Subway Scientist.
Oh, we're going to
Girls.
slow down the sativa. Okay.
Yeah.
we
Perfect.
probably should
Yeah.
normalize down a little bit.
I guess I
I'm
never
busy
really
one
thought
already.
of that because I
It's perfect. No, I need
avoid
it.
sativas, but not Sativa the Diva. I never avoid you.
Yeah, that's the
That's
one.
right. There's a
Sativa.
time and place for
I
everything.
don't
Everybody take one and pass
Yes.
it along.
Okay. Try to go.
Thank you.
Do you want me to grab it over for you with those beautiful nails?
Oh,
We
no,
can line it
girl.
for you.
These are
Oh.
fully functional.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I love the Subway Scientists. They're always a good one.
They are really good. What are they
Well,
again? They are.
An indica.
But it's like a mix
I think
of...
it's Granddaddy.
It's Granddaddy
Purple?
Perp and LA Confidential.
Sure, yeah.
It's either
I
LA
like
Confidential
both of
the
those.
Granddaddy
or
Purple
it's
are.
Purple Kush. I can't
But
remember.
who doesn't love some Granddaddy Purple?
Mm-hmm.
Tastes really good.
Give mine a little massage.
By the way, for anyone who is new to the podcast, I am Linley, the Queen of Cannabis, and this is my mom, Aimee,
Hello.
aka.
The Fairy Ganj-Mother.
You know her.
Oh yeah,
She's the fairy, she's the gaunt, and she's the mother
that's right.
of us all.
That's right.
All
I
right.
am changing my name to Lovey though because I'm a grandmother now.
But that's
Is
just
that your
for
grandmother
now.
name?
My grandmother name is Lovey. I stole the idea from my girlfriend.
Shout out
You know who else? Kris Kardashian.
She's
Oh,
Lovey.
really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Kris Kardashian.
that just cements it.
There you go.
Wait, like Kris Jenner.
Mhm.
Same, but different.
Same but different.
You never remember the K's. Which K is who?
I know
Don't ask
nothing
me.
I know
about the
For
Kardashians.
sure. I know them all, that's for sure.
I want to talk about drag bingo that we had the other day.
Oh,
So
how long ago was that now?
fun. 2 weeks. It was a
Okay,
Sunday.
yeah.
It was a Sunday. 2
Mhm.
weeks yesterday.
Yep, 2 weeks yesterday.
And so that was
Oh
at
my
the
God.
in the Crash Hotel at the Goat.
Yeah,
Mhm.
oh my god, finally.
Mhm.
That was, what, like a year or more coming? We were finally doing a show?
No, because we were going to do my first drag show was going to be 420.
Right.
Well, when COVID started. So no, 2
Over-
years ago.
oh
Over
my-
2 years ago.
Oh my goodness, what?
Yeah. What just happened?
I accidentally put some ashes in my water, and now I'm spilling water everywhere trying to get them out. I'm just gonna drink them.
I just happened
Honestly,
to see her
a little more
spill.
fiber in your day.
I don't know if we got that on camera, but if we did, that was perfect.
The camera's rolling.
So apparently, yes, 2 years in the making.
Yep, definitely 2 years in the making for
After
Sativa.
COVID, Finally,
Finally, I was able to do my fun. Yeah, it was so great. I had such a good time.
I think they should do that one Sunday a month forever.
At
It was
least.
so great.
I'm hoping so. We're putting it in the works right now.
I mean, the
For
response
sure.
you got was so incredible.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
And so it's not 100% official, but I should be at the Goat for Halloween.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
okay,
Yeah.
we're definitely putting good vibes out.
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
Yeah, so that will be fun. And Halloween's on a Sunday, so it'll be really good.
It'll be good.
And so hopefully we'll be doing a little of that. Also got a drag brunch coming up on November
Excellent.
21st at Norman Rudy's, on the other side of Squamish.
I'm going.
Excellent.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then I'm hoping to lock down a drag brunch before Christmas as well.
Perfect.
Or a bingo. So
Yeah,
yeah.
to hell with breakfast with Santa.
Yeah, right?
Let's
Yeah.
do breakfast with a drag
Sativa.
queen.
Breakfast with Sativa.
Not Santa, Sativa.
Will you let people sit on your lap? No.
Can you imagine?
I woke up too damn early.
Yeah.
Put too much time into
Yeah.
the shit for someone to sit on it.
Yes.
Truly, yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. So tell us about like the lead up to finally performing live for the first time.
Oh,
What was
yeah.
that like?
So it's obviously like a lot of work getting into it and
Yeah.
doing it all. But the biggest thing was like planning it all from the beginning and getting everything from the start. And so obviously I had already like worked into some wigs because I've done some photo shoots before, so I already kind of had a general idea of what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But by piecing it all together, like it took me at least 2 months of like solid.
Yeah.
A lot of my time invested in it to get it all done and to do it all and to have it all. And I was really happy that it all was executed really well.
Yeah.
I was worried about how, because once you're in drag, like you can't just like be like, oh, music's not working.
Yeah.
Go and deal with it. Or like, oh,
yeah.
Like, I don't know, like your beer tab's broke, I'll go fix those. I don't know, like I wasn't sure what to expect. And so it ended up working out really well. I was super happy with it.
Yeah.
Had 3 looks, a couple different wigs.
Yeah, you did well.
You had all
a little
the
flips, tricks,
all
dips,
the tricks.
a little bit more, you
Yes,
know?
you're going to do a death drop for us for our viewers.
For our podcast.
I think people got
I think maybe we can see what, I think they gotta wait until the end to see.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's a baby.
That's
You gotta wait till the end, bitch. You gotta wait till the end.
Well, we got a little THC
That's
oil
really-
lubrication of your...
Exactly, right?
But you've been into like making events and stuff a lot, so I really recognize that because normally you could like be part of behind the scenes and like fixing all those things, but when you're the queen of the show, you don't have that ability.
Just means you gotta do it all beforehand.
Yeah, and let the reins
have a backup to the backup to the backup. Yeah. And like I'm really thankful, like I love planning events and like weddings and things like that. And I've done that for quite a long time in general, and I always have wanted to be a part of that. Like even as a little kid, if someone was having a birthday, I always wanted to do something for it, or like so like I think it's cool to kind of put it all together and to be the entertainer for it too. Yeah. It makes you feel like so like just great at the end when you're like, holy shit, like 150 things all just went right today. Like, how does that happen? It doesn't happen in a normal day for me, so
yeah. Your vision come to life.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
It went so smooth.
Thank you, I appreciate
incredible.
that.
I absolutely probably like one of the best drag shows I've ever seen. I've seen quite a few.
Thank you. Maybe we'll have to get a video and put it in the podcast so people can see.
Absolutely.
Not to like.
And you have your own sidekick. Your version of a Michelle Visage.
Babs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
How amazing is that?
Today's actually the first day that I got ready without Babs.
Oh.
I know. It was a big day for me. It was a big day. I was worried. She was on speed dial, don't you worry. Yeah. She was like prepared.
She was close by. She came in early.
But absolutely no. And literally, she's the best person in the fucking world. And she really helped me get into drag to begin with and actually give me the confidence to like do it. And she like, remember when I just like went to Dollarama and bought a bunch of shit and just came over to my house and was like, we're doing drag makeup, like let's just see what we can do. And like from there onward, like she's just always really pushed for it, and she's such a super fan of the drag world to begin with. And so it's just so awesome. And like she's the type of person where like I can think it, I don't have to say it, and it's already done.
Yeah.
And that's like the most incredible thing. Yeah. I
well,
love
you've
her
known
so
each other since what grade? In high school?
Grade 9, so I guess it would have been 15 years probably is how long I've known her for. So yeah, it takes time to build that, but we've got that for sure, and I love that.
That's awesome. Was she the one that suggested you get into drag? How did you get started?
Well, like I always thought it was cool, but
obviously.
And
thank you, Rupaul.
I got to get exposed to the drag world a little bit. Michael's gonna hate me for this, but I dated a guy who was a drag queen for maybe about 4 months. It was a very brief period of time right before I started dating Michael, and he never did drag while I was with him. Like he just didn't have any gigs booked or whatever. It wasn't that long, but just seeing all of his stuff, and he was explaining to me how they do certain things and how you get like the highlighter right and how you like. And I was always interested in makeup before that, but that really changed my perception on kind of, I was like, oh, you know what, that's actually really... And then I was like, that guy can fucking do it. I can do it. Like, there's no way. Like, he wasn't great at all. And, like, he was booking gigs in the city and stuff, and I was like, no. Like, I can... Yeah, like, absolutely. And so,
clearly.
Babs did Michael in drag for a friend's... It was like for a friend's birthday a couple years ago.
Okay.
Maybe 3 years ago. And she was right after Babs moved here, and Michael, his drag name is Angelica Pearl.
Right.
And
I love when Angelica Pearl comes
out. And
he has that personality comes out.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And he looks really good in drag too. And I'll find a photo. We can put it on this video too. And after they did drag makeup for Michael, I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I could actually get into this a little bit more. And then once we started talking about doing like 420 events, and like once I started doing work with Pride, and I saw how much they were paying a drag queen, how much like how little the drag queen had to do to make that money, I was like, not that I do that little, don't get me wrong, I do it all from head to start. What they were doing was very different. It would be like the Pride did all the event, and then they would call, like they would hire the drag queen, someone would have to go to the city, pick them up, drive them back. They would have, like, they would just be there for the 2 hours. Whereas I was like, no, like I've got an event planning background. Like I can do everything start to finish. I can brand my own self and execute it all in such an easy way in my eyes that I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Like, let's see it. And so I feel like it was definitely a trial. Like, and thanks to Sky High, I was really able to kind of like test the water and try it out with even just doing those photo shoots for posters. And then I did like one thing for Pride online. And like, I think having the time through COVID really helped me.
Yeah, it's kind of weird the way COVID was such a positive.
It can be so serendipitous for so many people. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It really made the best of a sticky COVID situation, that's for sure. And I feel like drag is just like, it brings out all of these different skills that you have.
Well, I mean, regardless, I watch drag every day, whether it's RuPaul's Drag Race, videos online. Like, I watch drag every single day.
Yeah.
And now that I do drag, I feel like I look at it so differently too, because I'm like, oh, their eyes. Like, how do they get that? Like, how do they? Like, absolutely, and like building the body and like things like that. There's just so much more that you can see.
Yeah, I'd love for niece Samantha to meet Sativa, our makeup artist. I wonder if she would do.
I would love to sit down with
her,
girl. Help me out.
Pick her brain.
Yeah.
Help me out.
Give me the tricks of the trade, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, it's definitely been a lovely start to your journey. I can't wait to see more.
I'm excited to see where it goes for sure.
I mean, you're the one that introduced me to drag, and it's like,
life-changing.
Loving it.
Life-changing.
Every time, like, how can we bring drag into our weed podcast?
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, my birthday party is going to be, what is it going to be? It's going to be Eleganza.
Extravaganza. Absolutely. Exactly. And it will be. We're going to make sure of it.
Oh, yeah.
How did Sativa figure out her name?
Yeah.
It really started with our gratitude board, I think, here. And I think we all were talking about, so at Sky High, we were all talking about how we need to have stoner nicknames. Mm-hmm. And like before, I think everyone just like would say like Oprah.
Yes.
Or like that was kind of like the nickname, because I love Oprah and Stand By Oprah and definitely I was like Oprah could be a stoner. I don't know.
She could be. She's never mentioned it that I know of, but
regardless, I could be Oprah and stoner. And and then from there, I was trying to think of names like drag names, stoner drag names. I'm like, what do we got? And then I thought of Sativa the Diva, and then I realized after the fact that I was like, oh, the initials are STD. Like that's actually great.
Yeah,
like I have to now. And I love it now. Like I say, I'm from the house of the diva.
Yeah.
I named myself after my mom, Karen the Diva.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, now she's your host mom. And you should be a drag mom to someone else eventually. You'll start the Diva house.
Fun. Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Do you have a drag mother?
No. Other than Babs really helping me out to get started. But other than that, no. Honestly, and I really don't. I wish I did. I really wish I did. Like, there's so many people out there who learn from other drag queens, and that's obviously the easiest way to learn. And, thankfully nowadays there's videos and YouTube and, all of those things. But the reality of it is that, unless you have physically someone there doing things for you,
helping and connecting.
You don't, and so, I can apply makeup 100 times and know that it's maybe not the right way that a drag queen should be, or hip padding, or, there's so much to it, but I think for the most part, I'll find one.
I think you will.
Honestly,
you'll
probably have your pick of. You'll have more than one mother.
And honestly, I don't mind learning it on my own and be my own goddamn mother.
Yeah, exactly.
I can stay with that too.
You're just gonna keep growing. Be your own mother. Exactly. You got
your
this.
Inner mother. Your inner
literally
mother. So tell us a little bit more about how drag has been through this pandemic. Because it's kind of been your start and your evolution so far, but you've already done so much in such a short amount of time.
Thank you.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, so
how's that feel?
Oh, it feels amazing. Like, it feels so good. It feels really good to, like, see a final product. And, like, today I felt so confident getting ready and doing it all. And, like...
How does that feel?
Oh, it feels amazing. Like, it feels so good. It feels really good to, like, see a final product. And, like, today I felt so confident getting ready and doing it all. And, like, it really feels so good. It feels good through COVID to have that, like, outlet of something. Like, I knew... So, like, I need to do some art. Like, I knew that I needed to do art. And I get so self-conscious of doing art that, like... I think because there's so many little pieces with drag...
Yeah.
Right? It's like the
So
nails. You can like, and then you're like, oh, and the eyes, and then it's like the lip. Like you can add so much to it. So it's like, yeah, and so when it comes together, like everything can be 60%, and then when you put it together, it's 100.
Yeah.
Whereas like art on a canvas, it's like, well, that's only 60%. No, it never is. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
you're the
it's also
canvas.
helped a lot of people during this pandemic as well because you did the reading for the kids.
Yeah, I did a book reading, which was super fun, and like that a library event, we got so much. I got like, quite a few views on those videos, and like, and that got shared like across BC in some places. Yeah, and so it was just like I did like a little like kids moment. I don't know, book reading. Did like a little performance. I did like 3 parts. I were just posted through Pride because we couldn't do a Pride festival, which honestly, like, I wouldn't have even done drag at the Pride festival.
Yeah.
I wasn't even there
yet. You weren't ready yet.
Yeah, and so I pushed myself and was like, I will be ready to do those videos.
Yeah.
And I had to edit them all myself and did it all.
Oh, wow.
Now, if we could do
This was too much for me.
If we do the Santa Claus parade, will you be Sativa the Diva?
Absolutely. I've already envisioned it. Yeah.
Good.
Absolutely.
Good. I really
I can lip sync on top of the back of a trailer or something like that. Would be really cool.
I love that you're bringing drag to kids, and it's like that's a new thing that we're seeing.
Honestly, it's the most important thing though, because like I think the big difference in the generation now compared to like my generation or any generations older is that nowadays there's vocabulary for all of these different things. Like when I was growing up, no one's mentality was that there was a difference in between being a cross-dresser, a transgender person, a drag queen. Like there was no kind of like differentiation. It was all just kind of like what it was. I don't know, for a lot of people wrong. I don't know what you want to call it. And nowadays, like I love that kids have a vocabulary. So it's like easy now because the teacher can just be like, that's a drag queen. They're going to read a story to us. Whereas like when I was a kid, could you imagine? They'd be like,
they'd have a whole...
there's this cross-dresser who's just going to read you a book.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, so, like, it's really changed. And like, that's one thing that makes me so excited for like the world to come. Because nowadays it's like, there's like, descriptions of like, gender norms and like what the different types of genders are and like what other options there are and stuff like that. Like there's never no damn option.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, as soon as it's not a stigma, it's all right.
Absolutely. And so it makes me very happy.
Yeah.
And so I think it'd be great. I do think it's kind of funny, like a big thing in the drag community is people like going to libraries and reading books for kids and stuff like that. And like it's not necessarily my thing as far as like
what you want.
It's not my favorite thing to do. Like I like to perform. Like I love to dance around. I love to like lip sync. Like
what about high schools? High schools have entertainment.
Yeah, and like I would love to do that absolutely, but I just think that the
sativa.
I also like
is, I mean, it's next level.
I don't read on my own, so. Can I see the light?
That's fair.
Oh,
thank you.
This is actually shout out to these.
They're perfect.
They are. They're burning well. They have a nice flavor.
Yeah. We don't see a lot of the Riff pre-rolls in, but the Subway Scientists are always a great one.
Yeah. They're popular.
Yeah, they're a good pack. Is it 12 of them in there?
Yeah.
Tea time.
Spill some
wonderful.
Tea.
Yeah, we'll spill the tea.
I heard it smell so much over there.
So I want to reverse one of the questions already and say, like, what is drag to you guys? Like what has drag done for y'all through the pandemic? Because you have really just gotten into it since
you
introduced me.
What has that been like? Because you're just getting into it.
Because of course I've known that you guys have been watching RuPaul.
There's only 7 in here. You both are liars.
Well, she told me there was 12, so that's why I said that.
Oh, I was
Yeah, like
thinking of
a-
the Tweed dozen.
Mm-hmm.
TWD
Okay, so there's
dozen.
7
Anyway,
delicious half-gram pre-rolls.
for somebody come in smoking
Yeah.
for the dozen packs.
Anyways, yeah, so keep going.
Right.
on.
So I remember you guys were talking about RuPaul and you want to watch it with us, and I was just like, what? Like, no. Just had no interest whatsoever, and I'm not really sure.
Reverse
It was that
reaction
like
right
just
away.
needing to have something to watch, and you were just, I guess you were watching it, and
Well, it
I
would have been
just,
probably like the new season, and we would have been talking about it.
Yeah.
I know what it was. You all came over to my place and watched the finale of the episode that was on was on Zoom.
Oh.
Yes,
And that was
she
when
saw-
Jada Essence Hall won, right?
Yeah, she saw, oh my gosh, frick, I'm blanking on her name.
Trixie?
No, one of the top 3 and her performance, she did Nelly Furtado's I'm Like a Bird.
Oh, was it? It was
right.
Crystal Method.
Yeah, Crystal Method.
Yeah.
And I'm
she
like,
is epic,
out
but
there.
She's definitely like, if you walk in on it and you happen to see the part where she's like vomiting into someone's mouth, you're probably gonna be like, wait, what is happening? So I think Mom walked in on that part.
And she was like, I'm so in.
And it's like, wait,
yes,
what?
this is like so bizarre. I guess I didn't realize
It's true
it
though.
was
You
so
are a lover
exciting.
of bizarre art.
Yeah.
Yes. But my preconceived drag in my head was nothing as out there as that. And now that I'm watching the show from the beginning,
And now you see where it's like there's so many
Yeah.
queens
So
like
much
that.
to it.
You.
I feel like for me, it's been more of like a therapy thing. Like when I watch it, it's seeing what people have gone through, how they persevere, all that kind of stuff. I mean, obviously, then the fun and entertainment side of it as well. But yeah, it's kind of all encompassing, which is super awesome. And I love getting baked and watching it and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Immersing
also,
myself
I'm
in
going
it.
to say that what really made me, it's like, okay, this is a legitimate thing. I can watch this, was because I watched Miley Cyrus on Joe Rogan.
Oh, and she was talking about all the different drag queens.
Not only talking about, because she's loves it, right? But she was talking about the death drop. It was so funny. It was so classic. And Rogan is like being cheeky, and it's like, oh, it's just so they're all doing the same move. And she just like, yeah, that's what I hear people say about your podcast. It's just all the same thing. It's so funny. But then, of course, she had a little clip in there, and she loved it. And it's like, well, if Miley Cyrus can love it, so
There
can
you
I.
go. Influenced.
Yes, I was influenced by Miley
I remember you
Cyrus.
getting so excited too when you were like, and there's music to
Right?
go with all of it?
Right?
So if you're watching Miley Cyrus, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout
Love
out
you
to
so
Miley.
much.
Yeah, that's so freaking hilarious. Do you find that you use cannabis afterwards to like help? I'm not gonna out her.
I mean, I love to use the cannabis all the time. Some COVID.
Woo! It's a
Ooh,
good
mama.
joint.
ooh, mama.
But yes, absolutely. Like, after my last performance, I had to come home and do a bunch of dabs of shatter and chill out because I was so like wired just from like everything and
Yeah. The
um,
energy.
yeah. But to be honest with you, when it comes to smoking weed before, I think my nerves are so high that like I'll smoke weed getting ready and stuff, but like I honestly don't feel like I feel it.
Yeah.
Like I think my adrenaline is so high and I'm just like so focused on everything. It's like when you're so focused on something, it's like
You
what's
can't-
going on around
yeah.
you isn't even really going on. Like it's
Yeah.
like that, but with the
That's
high. And so I still smoke it though. Why not?
Why not?
Sativa the Diva, gotta get into it.
Yeah. I
With
mean,
that name,
you
Absolutely.
kind of needed to
A little pre-workout with the
calm your ass
sativas.
down a little bit, I think. In the best possible way. Now I'm gonna try some of this Canica Northern Dew Oil.
Ooh, the dew.
try some of the dew. Is it considered an indica or anything like that?
It's just straight tea.
Yeah, I don't think it. Yeah, I think it's a terpene profile.
So I'm gonna
Shot.
put 1 milligram or milliliter, sorry, and that is 27.4 milligrams.
What does that mean? As far as strength, is that?
That's the dose.
It's 24
So
milligrams
like you know
of
how
THC.
you take a 10 milligram.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I understand. I knew that I was missing something. Now I'm okay. May I have the letter again, please?
Oh
Sativa?
yes, sorry.
STD. I love that STD.
I think it's good.
Even though they're not called STDs anymore.
STI. But when I was in
STI.
school, they switched kind of when I was in school, but I remember them calling it STDs.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
That's
it
all I
started
remember.
as STDs back in the day, and then at some point it got switched over.
Yeah.
Switched as well.
Can you bring me up with a little halfie?
Okay, dokie, and then the chokey.
You know what I saw an ad for today that
What?
came through on email was cannabis coffee. No, CBD coffee. CBD.
Oh, I've actually heard about this,
Okay,
and
well, what the heck?
I've seen it
that?
somewhere.
I want
You
it.
just brew it like regular
I'm wondering
coffee.
if I saw it in Hawaii. Because in Hawaii they sold like CBD products at the gas stations. Or at the like convenience stores, like the ABC stores. And I can't remember, but I've definitely heard about CBD coffee and how it's really effective for like reducing the anxiety that is caused by coffee.
Right.
And like that's why a lot of people use like cream or milk in it, is because the fat helps dissolve slower in your system. So the caffeine dissolves slower in your system.
I did not know that.
So it doesn't like just like hit you all at once.
It's funny.
And so the CBD counteracts that.
Maybe you could counteract sugar. I need some CBD sugar. Take away all the bad
wishful
effects of
thinking.
sugar.
Of all things.
Yeah,
That's
it'll
so
keep,
good.
It'll keep everything that sugar does too totally safe. Just take CBD. Don't
Yeah.
actually do that. That's not
I'm
a
not going to.
recommendation.
I mean, we have CBD
Not real
gummies. What am I
things.
talking about?
Yeah.
It just doesn't counteract the sugar.
No, nothing counteracts
Sugar.
sugar.
Except
You
for
Cover
can't
more
have
sugar.
sugar and have something else that
I heard that.
It's just not possible.
I love that. That's one of my favorite things though, is when watching something and it's like, I thought you just drink a Diet Coke and it gets rid of all the sugar.
Yeah, I know,
It should
I'm
work
dying.
that way.
Yeah, right?
If
Yeah.
only. But no, that shit is, I don't know, even worse for you, really.
Yeah.
So what strain would you say best represents Sativa the Diva?
It's a really good question. I think like lemon sour diesel probably. Something along those lines. Like I think that the Sativa strain is citrusy.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's got a little sweet.
Maybe
I think it's got a little like
spice.
pepper at the back of your
Yeah.
throat, you know, make you
Little
make you
caramelly
remember it
at
for a
the-
minute.
Right at the back there.
And definitely high energy all the way.
Yeah.
Full throttle.
She never
Balls
stops.
to the wall. Bring it on,
Balls to the
baby.
floor.
Absolutely.
That's you.
And that is like a lemon sour diesel. Like
It
I
is.
think that kind of like, yeah, that's some good.
Yeah, you give that lemon sour.
Yeah,
diesel
it would either be that or it
energy.
would be like some type of green kush hybrid, I think.
Something.
Yeah, but no, I think a lemon sour.
Yeah.
That's good.
I do
Definitely
like the
represents
sours.
the bingo for sure. That was just such a great vibe. What was it like finally death dropping in front of people?
I wasn't sure if I was gonna do it.
You're so
And-
funny when
So
at the
awesome.
beginning when you did the Bach and it was like
And so after I did that, I was like, okay, I've got to do it for sure. Cause like, I only found out I could death drop like
5 minutes
the
before.
day before, yeah.
Before.
Literally, well, cause like I had all my padding on and I was trying on my outfit. And I was like, screw it, let's just try it. And I'm not saying I'm good at it still. Like I think I still got a long way to go with the death drop. I think it's an evolution, but it was the brain. But once once my adrenaline was going, I was like, I don't fucking care. Boom! Like, I don't care. Do it again. Woo! Again. And so it was fun, and
Literally
I'm glad that I was able to.
Yeah, literally epic.
Yeah.
That was a really awesome surprise. I mean, I thought you were gonna do the splits or something, but death drop, damn.
Thank
What
you.
the fuck shit up?
Yeah.
That's some good ass bingo.
You got to bring it to the runway.
You brought it.
What?
You
Thank you.
definitely brought it.
Oh, that was so good. My face literally hurt afterwards from smiling so much. I was just like, oh my god.
It's so good.
It's the first time someone's made my jaw hurt in years.
Yeah, I mean, you were just switched on for
Yeah,
all
it
the
was
little
so good.
funnies, for each of the little
Yeah.
bingos that you were calling out. And
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was epic.
Thank you.
I just kind of wish the go had the hot dogs.
Oh yeah, I was under the impression that it was gonna be some type of wiener situation.
I mean,
But
why wouldn't there
but they're not
be
doing
that?
food at Alder anymore.
situation.
And so that must have just been switched in
No more
between the
hot
time that I
dogs.
talked to them about it and it happened. Like,
Damn.
I think that they were only doing it to really I don't know. My assumption is that it's like, because through COVID, you had to have food to stay open.
Oh, okay.
And so I think it's really easy to just like do like hot dogs and nachos and
Yeah.
and then I think now
I think
we
they
don't
should.
like that.
For the brunch, what are you doing for the brunch? Like, are you doing a lip sync or?
So the brunch is not like a bingo or anything like that. It's going to be me doing some performances, some comedy, potentially some balloon animals.
Oh.
We might be doing
Oh,
a little
awesome.
runway contest to see how people can bring it to the runway.
Okay.
So if you're coming, be prepared because
It's gonna be immersive.
go up and show up and and so I think it's just gonna be a really fun time. We're gonna do like a 50-50 raffle.
Excellent.
They've got mimosa towers, and so it's like 2 bottles of champagne,
Oh wow.
like a double bottle, and orange juice, and they're just like these huge towers, and so I think that will be a lot of fun. Got a great patio, which I think you'll be able to go outside and
Smoke.
yeah, well, because it's like not covered or anything, and I don't think the patio will be open anyway, so I think it'll be, so I think there'll definitely be lots of time and space to go smoking, and I'm excited because it's twice the size of the goat.
Oh, it's gonna
Oh,
be
excellent.
Yeah, so it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see kind of how that goes.
You're gonna need it too because the goat was pretty damn packed.
It was. It's like
we needed more space for sure.
Yeah,
I
and
feel
so
like you
I'm
were like
excited to
pushing
see-
people out of the way, like, excuse
like,
me, I'm here for
If I don't do it, my hips will anyway. So.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, I'm so excited. It's gonna be awesome.
Thank you.
And of course, you'll do photos and stuff.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so there'll be multiple outfits.
Any
multiple
like prizes
hair.
from any like?
I don't know the full details because
okay.
a lot of it's dealt with through Gibbons.
Yeah.
What's the charity? What's the
But
other
we're going to fundraise money for Pride.
Excellent. Okay.
Yep, and so that's the main goal. Our goal is to like make a really good amount for that. And so I know that like there's going to be a bunch of like Gibbons prizes.
Cool.
They're talking about some fun stuff. I honestly don't know 100% sure
it's
what's
gonna
confirmed
be-
and what's not. But regardless, I heard there's going to be
Lots of good stuff.
thousands of dollars worth of prizes.
Ooh.
I know, and
Well,
it's going to be $10 a ticket, I think. And so it'll be a really good like cost as well. I don't think you have to eat brunch if you're there, but
Well, why would?
like brunch is not included if you're in your ticket,
Right.
but you can order what you want from there. But they've got a really great brunch menu, and
Some Benny.
I think it'll be fun. Like I think it'll be really good.
It will. It'll be awesome.
And
I'm
it
excited.
is scheduled for
November 21st.
Excellent.
Yep.
Sunday,
Put that
November
in your
21st. I'm definitely
Yeah,
going.
put it in your calendar. Even if you're unsure,
Are we
try
doing
it
a basket?
out.
Are we doing a prize?
Yeah, I figured we would be
I hope so.
absolutely, of course. Yeah, so Sky High will definitely be there
Excellent.
sponsoring it, for sure.
Awesome. So I want to know what other drag queens have inspired you besides RuPaul, of course.
There's a lot of really great drag
I
queens
mean,
that
there's like
inspired me.
literally so many.
But I think one of my like biggest one is Adore Delano who's been on RuPaul's Drag Race, and I had a huge fat crush on Adore Delano when he was on American Idol.
Yeah.
He was on American Idol when he was like, I was probably like 12.
I did not know
And
this.
he was like probably like 16, 17. And he was on, and I remember he sang Tainted Love. And I thought it was the best thing ever. And he ended up making like the top, I don't know, like really good, like top 25, top 10, I don't know. And so when I saw him on Drag Race, I was like, what? Like I just thought it was so great. And so definitely like a big influence. And Alyssa Edwards.
Yes,
When I saw her
really
for the
like
first
Alyssa
time, I was like,
Edwards.
done. Like boom, like that is everything.
I
Like
would
just
die to go see
the
her
personality, like it all. I love it so much. And like Latrice Royale as well.
Yes.
live.
I love
And,
her,
we're,
and I
and
got
like
to
I
meet
can't.
her.
When do we get to see Candy Muse?
I don't know when it's
Going
rebooked
in
for,
December?
but we were supposed to see her a month ago,
Yes,
and
hours before we find out. Thank you,
We were
COVID.
literally
Thank you,
almost on the
Delta
way.
variant.
Yeah, literally.
Excellent.
And so I'm not sure, but I'm stoked. Meet and
I
greet.
thought it was going to be December something, or
I
in
do think
December.
so, yeah.
That's what's coming to mind.
Unless they've rebooked it again, I don't know. We'll have to look into it for sure.
But can you imagine when you're like packing the Orpheum,
I hope so one
the
day.
Queen Elizabeth?
Yeah, it's got to.
Yeah.
It's got to.
That's
The whole- I'm assuming that Candy Muse was not going to be performing alone the whole time.
No, there was a bunch of Vancouver queens that were going to be there beforehand. And
Hey, maybe you'll be one of those.
there you go,
Yeah.
one day.
When she finally comes back.
See if we can do it by then.
Right? Can you imagine? I believe it. That'd be
Yeah, it could just be wall candy.
There you go.
Wall
candy.
Is that a thing? I know what you mean, but
She could just stand there, and that will be her job.
fair. I mean, I want to see her perform too. Can you imagine if like Candy Muse comes back?
Well-
The Diva is an opener.
That would be really cool.
That would be. If you're listening, Candy.
It's happening. We're gonna make it happen.
She's
Call my
local.
manager.
She's local.
Yeah.
Who
Oh,
is going to
awesome.
be your agent? Are you gonna
Well, for right now, it's Christopher Stephen Cook. And he's
And-
taking care of it all.
Okay, good. You
Um,
have to start paying him a salary.
Yeah, I know, right? Start making something.
So if people want to hire you, book you, how can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram. It's the easiest way. Sativa the Diva on Instagram. I think it's sativa.thediva.
Yeah.
And-
dots in there.
All the other Sativa the Divas are dogs on Instagram, which I love.
Easy.
And I've got my email address through there, so I think it's like sativathediva@outlook.com. You can contact me through that. Contact me through Instagram. You can holler at me.
Holla.
See me walking my dog down the road in the morning. You can yell at me.
Oh my gosh, Sugar! I saw
Yeah.
Sugar today. She came running at me. She's hilarious. That dog.
Love her.
Me
She's
too.
definitely a goofy dog.
She's a goofball. She really is.
So besides all the things that you already have planning, what is one thing that you absolutely want to do with your drag career?
A drag dream. What's your drag dream?
Oh, I don't know like what my drag dream is. I honestly haven't even.
Oh,
Like,
come on. It
I-
better be to be on freaking RuPaul's
Well, I think that's so great, but I think that like I could do more. Like I think it'd be very cool to do my own type of like company through it.
Yeah, maybe you want
And
to
like do
have
some
your
type of
own
entertainment
wigs,
company.
maybe
Yeah.
do
Like
a-
yeah. And that's how a lot of queens end up doing is a lot of them end up starting their own like online stores and things like that where they'll model a lot of their own options and like I think that like I don't think I'm gonna want to perform in like bars forever, like things like that. And so I think with drag I want to like do more with it in the sense of like breaking new walls down, breaking new barriers away.
Maybe
and, like,
do it in
pushing
like a
it.
whole cathedral.
there you go.
There you go.
Absolutely in
Real big.
Italy. I'll
That's
go right to the
awesome.
Coliseum.
I see it. I see
Do it.
Why not?
I see it.
But a short-term goal for sure is I would love to do some type of dragon whistler, like keep it going in the sea to sky.
Which you've
For
sure.
already
Definitely
been, been getting some
Yeah, I'm hoping to. I'm hoping it's in the
Yeah.
works for sure.
getting some
It is.
interest. Like
Yeah,
people are
absolutely.
talking to you.
We're
So that's
seeing
great.
things happen.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
Perfect.
I'll go to
Awesome
Whistler to
having
see you.
Sativa.
Well,
What?
thank
Sorry.
you.
I'm probably gonna be a sativa groupie.
There you go.
I don't
Well, I'm
know
hoping
if
to get
my
some-
mom knows
I'm-
what that means.
Okay, I know
Well,
like
she can be
groupies
her
are
own
usually like the
groupie. Yeah, she
opposite
can be her
sex,
own
but isn't it just
groupie.
like okay, super fan?
Sure, let's go with that.
Okay, all right, not a
Okay.
groupie.
Should we do a little cheer?
I've
Yes.
never been a groupie.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you can be a Sativa the Diva groupie, baby, for
Just,
sure.
cheers,
Cheers, y'all.
cheers. Thanks, Sativa, for coming on.
Thank
the
you
I'm
show.
so
so
happy
much.
to be here today. Thank
We
you
love you
so
so much.
much.
Stay tuned
You're
for more
gorgeous.
Sativa out there.
Appreciate it.
She's gonna
We'll
take over
see
the
you
world.
soon.